Welcome to the Spiritual Psychotherapy Podcast. My name is Jennifer Sneeden, and I am delighted that you have joined me here today. So, today we're answering that elusive question about happiness. When clients come in for therapy, happiness is generally such a stretch for them that they think it's a myth or a big lie. And the idea of happiness can even cause stress and anxiety for people because they think it's this elusive something that some people have and some people don't. And I've actually learned that I never talk about happiness in the beginning, in the first part of my work with clients, simply because it has the reverse effect. It doesn't uplift and inspire people. When we think about where people are, and I often use in my head the emotion, and with clients, the emotional guidance scale created by Abraham Hicks. And people are often at the lowest feeling emotions: despair, hopelessness, lack of worthiness, fear sometimes, right? And from those places, happiness is so far out of their realm of possibility that it does nothing but make them feel worse, because now they're adding guilt and maybe some shame about why aren't they happy? Why are they struggling when they're supposed to be happy? So I do believe that happiness is a goal of therapy. I don't think that therapy stops when the problem is gone. I think we really truly serve our clients when we take them all the way, not just out of the problem, but all the way into happiness. But at the beginning of therapy, that sounds like such a ridiculous goal. It sounds so far-fetched that, frankly, we're going to tick people off by talking about that. So instead, I have sort of chunked it up in the work that I do with clients. So when somebody is in really one of those powerless, helpless, overwhelmed emotions, the only thing that I really talk about with clients is contentment, peace of mind, ease in your life, and not being so strained by the problem that has been a problem. And I found that that works wonderfully because people can't imagine the problem being gone. Even if they can't imagine true happiness, they can imagine a life where the problem is gone, like solution focused therapy, right? What would be different in your life if the problem was no longer a problem? That's easy for people to reach for. So in the beginning of phases of therapy, I don't try to argue with them. I don't try to talk about, you really can't be happy. No, it's a real thing, and there are happy people out there. No, I just help them reach for ease or contentment or peace of mind, something that feels very doable to them. And then we get to work reaching that. What happens once they land on what I call contentment? Now you can see, right? You were down here and you could only see this far, but now you're up here on contentment and you can see so much farther. Now, once they're at contentment, happiness seems doable, and it is doable. It's very achievable from a place of contentment. So the initial work of therapy is about getting them to a place of contentment. My beef, I guess, is that's where most therapy stops, right? You're not depressed anymore. You're not having panic attacks. Our work is done. But I really don't think that's serving our clients very well, because from a place of contentment, it's very easy to drop back down into those powerless, helpless type of emotions. Instead, once we've reached contentment, now let's reach for those higher, better feeling thoughts where happiness is within your realm. When you are equipped to move yourself into happiness, this is something our clients can do whenever they want. I know the experience that, I don't want to say it baffles me, but it delights and baffles me. How about that? In one of my first few sessions with clients, I introduce them to the notion that they have control over their emotions. This is earth-shattering. For those of you that are therapists, I know you know that this is big news to a lot of clients, right? And in the beginning, they're sort of like, I kind of get you, but I kind of think you're crazy. So the first few sessions, all we're doing is helping people learn that they can control their emotions and giving them tools and processes to do that. But that doesn't stop at contentment. It doesn't stop when the problem is gone. The same tools that help them reach for a better feeling place when they were depressed can be used to reach for a better feeling place to find happiness and joy and passion and enthusiasm about their lives, which is why I think when we integrate the spiritual element, we're now tapping into these higher, better feeling emotions, vibrations, parts of the client, right? When we're treating trauma, the self, the highest and best part of the client is often nowhere to be found for weeks or months. And once we can bring that self into therapy, now we have access to moving them to happiness. But I don't think it's a reasonable goal in the beginning of therapy. I think we need to really meet our clients where they're at. And this is the real advantage to therapists because therapists have training that nobody else has in what Insoo Kim Berg called leading from one step behind, right? We're not dragging the client anywhere. We're through our engagement, helping them find a better place. We're the only ones that really are trained to do that in such a powerful way with our clients. So just as we can lead them out of depression or lead them out of anxiety, we can lead them into happiness with the same set of tools, as long as we understand that it's doable and we go at the client's pace. Somebody in the midst of depression, don't talk to them about happiness. It's just not going to click for them. It's not going to resonate. I also think that it's important to understand a couple different types of happiness, because one of the things that makes happiness so elusive to people is that it's contingent upon an external event. So, for instance, I'll be happy when I pay off my student loans. I'll be happy when I have a baby. I'll be happy when I fill my practice. I'll be happy when whatever it is, fill in the blank, right? So we create this expectation of delayed happiness. And this blocks us from seeing the happiness right here and right now. If all we can see right now is what's missing from our lives, we're simply not able to find happiness. But when we can help clients understand, yeah, it's going to be wonderful to have the baby, to pay off your student loans, to find your life partner, to buy that new Tesla, whatever it is, that's fantastic. But happiness is not contingent on any external event. When we can help clients see that, now we've opened up a whole new realm of possibility for them. Because in the old construct, happiness is elusive. If I don't yet have my Tesla, I'm not yet happy, right? I'll be happy when I get my Tesla. But as anybody who's ever gotten a new car knows, you're happy for like a minute and a half once you have that new Tesla. You sit in it, you get all comfy. I'm car shopping, by the way, in case you weren't aware of that. You're all comfy, you love the new car smell, you play with all the buttons, and then it's like, okay, life as usual, right? It's a little bit of a letdown after that thing comes. It's like, when is a kid most excited? Right before they open their presents on Christmas morning or right after they open their presents? In my house growing up, there were four children, and Christmas morning before we went downstairs and Santa came, it was like so exciting. Christmas afternoon, we're all fighting, we're stealing each other's toys, we're miserable and crabby, right? Like the excitement was gone. But many of our clients equate happiness with excitement. And if they're excited about something, they think that's happiness. However, we have the ability to show them that true happiness can exist regardless of the circumstances of their lives. Every single one of us is always going to have circumstances that we want to change. That's inevitable. We're humans. We're reaching for more and more and more and better and richer, fuller, more fulfilling lives. So there's always circumstances in our lives that we want to change. That doesn't mean we can't be happy. So when we can help clients understand excitement about a goal or an event is not the same thing as deep happiness. And deep happiness is possible regardless of the circumstances. Then we create space for them to tap into a lot more of their inner being, a lot more of their divine self. We create space for them to live at these higher level vibrations. And that's a really powerful thing. Thank you so much for listening. I will see you on the next episode.